Hi everybody. So today we're going to be making the I don't know what you would really call it. I'm going to use it as a towel holder in my bathroom, to put on the floor and put little hand towels in. So it starts with this Dollar Tree bowl, and to save time, I've already spray painted it just so you can't see the rope in the middle. And I also will be using some leftover yarn that I had from another project. And I'll be using, if I can get it over here, this nautical rope. I've got a t-shirt, old white t-shirt. And I'm going to be using this little gem that has the little crown in it. And some floral wire. Hopefully that's going to work the way I need it to. And I also have these wood beads from Amazon. And I'll also be using a little bit of jute string and some leftover mop from the Dollar Tree mops that I used to make the, what do you call them? The little gnome at Christmas time. So I had this left over. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some of these out. Let's see how many we'll actually need. Get them kind of even. And I'm going to use this to make a tassel. So I think, let me add one more. So first, I'm going to trim them because they don't need to be this long. And I'm going to take this piece of jute, gauge the middle, and just tie a knot right here in the middle. Tie a good little knot. There we go. And then I'm going to go a little ways down, cut a piece of this, and tie another knot a little ways down. There. And that'll make our little tassel. Just trim these little edges off. And then I'm just going to take apart all the strands. Okay. That one came right out. All right, I'm going to pull apart the rest of the strands and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I didn't have an upholstery needle, so I took a piece of floral wire, made a loop, wrapped it around to kind of make a fake needle. And I was trying to thread both ropes and get the beads on, but that is not working. So what I'm going to try to do is just use one of the ropes, one of the pieces of twine. My twine is a little too thick for both strands to go through, so I'm going to use one, and it still made a loop, so I think it'll work. And I'm just threading beads on. Like so. And that left a little loop here. And what I think I'm going to do is, I might leave that on there because that might come in handy. Might be a little different than I initially planned on doing it. But at the same time, it'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and knot this right here. Sometimes you gotta improvise, guys. I didn't think I was gonna have to change up, but whatever works, right? Okay, so we'll finish knotting right here. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little drop of glue right there. Just a little teeny bit. Just to make sure it holds it. And cut this one off as well. And I can lean it this way and you won't see that little spot of glue. Which when it dries, it really won't show anyway. Okay, and now I'm going to take that little gem I had and attach that right there as a little extra piece of bling. So I'm going to try to open this and hook it on there. Or, better yet, I could use one of these little strands. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll use the little strand. Look at this. I'm making it up as I go, guys. Yeah, that didn't work out because the strand broke. Okay. So how about we just take a little piece of wire, run it through, and then try to run it under here. See if that works. Nope. It's not cooperating. So what I'll do is I'll just run it right here through these loops. That should be easy. Way easier than what I was about to do. And we'll just twist this a couple times. And if we don't like it, we'll just take it off. Because what we can do is twist the wire back inside and hide it. Or just cut it off. Not cut it. Okay, there we go. So now we got a little piece of bling added. I'm just gonna shove that in there so you can't see it as much. Okay, there we go. And now we have our little tassel with a little bling. And it's going to lay flat up against our bowl, so it'll work. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use our t-shirt. I'm going to slit it up the side. And I'm going to use it to line our bowl, which you totally don't have to if you don't want to. But I think it'll just look nicer and finished if I line it. I'm just gonna try to measure this. This, I thought this all out in my head, guys, so it's not like I tried it out first, because it didn't, but I just thought it would work. It'll be a little pleated inside, but okay, so I'm gonna trim this around so I can get a better idea of how much of this I can cut away. Because we can just glue the t-shirt to the rim, and we're going to be covering it with rope anyway, so you won't see that part. All right, so we cut that away. Then let's see how we can maneuver the material. Don't tell me I didn't cut too much. And it's a t-shirt, so hold on, how did I have this? There we go. Oh, really? Thought I cut this right. Okay. So apparently I didn't cut this right. So I can't figure out a way to stretch it, but you know what? Okay, I think that'll do it. All right, so all I'm gonna do is start gluing this to the rim. Of our bowl, and we don't need all that extra, so I'm just going to cut that away. Just kind of cut it as I go. Don't need all of that either. Trying to get it trimmed as close as possible. And just keep going around the bucket till you get it all secured. And what I'm going to try to do is stretch the material so it fits. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, because like I said, we're covering it with the rope. But you can just trim some of this like so. And I'm going to go ahead and glue the rest to the outside, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have the inside of our bowl lined, and what I ended up doing was using 2 pieces of the t-shirt because it was hard to get it to lay like nicely inside. So I used 2 pieces, made a little seam on the inside, and then to cover up the middle in here where there was gathering, I just cut a small circle like about the size of the bottom, and I hot glued that to the center, and it made it look neater. So if you guys can think of another better way to do that, let me know in the comments, but that's what I did. Okay, so now I see a little spot. I need to add a little teeny bit of glue. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start lining. Sorry, found another little spot. Okay. And I've never made one of these before, so learning as I go. So now we'll start with our nautical rope. And we're going to start wrapping that around. Oh, I hate this string. Hold on. Clip this up. It's definitely in the way. So we will start gluing as soon as I get that little flap glued down. Okay. So now we can start gluing our nautical rope to the bottom of our bowl. So I'm just going to get a starting point and hold that for a second. Didn't hold that long enough, did I? Okay, so maybe I'll just hold it this way. I'm going to go take in a little bit of glue. Press that around. Just want to get a good start. Glue sticks. Start taking our rope and going around the bottom. This is going to be really cute when it's done, I promise. Hold on 1 minute, guys. All right, so thank you for being patient with me during this process. Had to stop for a second. My grandson was saying Happy Mother's Day. And Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Okay. So, just make sure I got enough under there. Okay. So we're just going to keep going around with our rope. Make sure it's nice and tight. go. Just keep going around. And I'm gently pulling on it as I twist it around the bowl to make sure it's nice and tight. And you see how that's coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and glue around some more, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, guys, so I've been going around with our rope, and it looks really good, I think. So now, the next thing I'm going to do is go around with our leftover. I'm hoping this is gonna work. Let me just see something before I start it, because if this doesn't work, I have some other material that I can use to go around. I just wanted to see if this would, how this would look before I attach it. Okay, I'll go for that. I wasn't sure what that was gonna look like, but it's actually rather cute. So I'll do the same thing here. And wrap this around. And I'm gonna go back and do rope again too, so. And I'll just make sure my loops are all facing outward. So that they can kind of hang down. Need another glue stick. And I'll go. Same process. Around and around. Make sure that's on good, and then start the next row. I'm just going to lift these up as I place the glue, so I'm not gluing my loops down. Oh, that is kind of cute. Huh. Who knew? So you just got to be a little careful and lift up your loops. If this is the kind of yarn you're going to use. This just happens to be what I had laying around. You could use just regular thick yarn that doesn't have the loops, but totally up to you. Personally, I like this. So you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. Got off to a little bit of a rough start, but in the end, I think it's going to be adorable. So we'll Just remember to lift up the loops. Okay, so that is what that is looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and continue going around, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I've got all our little yarn glued on, and I think that's really cute. I really like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back in with rope. If I can find the start of it. Where? It's the beginning. Ah. Uh-oh. I lost the start to my rope. Uh-huh. Here it is. So we'll just find a starting point. Add some glue. Let that hold for a second. And just lay our loops down. And start back up with our rope. And just make sure it's really up against the yarn. There we go. Like the contrast that's going on. And just like that. And we'll just keep going around our bowl all the way to the top. And hopefully we got enough rope for this, but I think we'll be good. So that would be a disaster to get all the way this far in the project and then run out, right? That'd be just my luck. And then here we start going up for our second row. There we go. And just keep going around, guys. Oh, the twine. Let's see if I can make this a little easier on myself. Just pressing down, making sure my rope is tight up against the row before. There we go. And you guys can see where I'm going around again. So I'll continue around the rest of the way and I'll be back with the next step. Okay, guys, so we are almost done, and I just wanted to show you how I was going to use this little bit of floral wire. I wrapped it around the rope and then go around the actual bead that's on the rope, or above it, I should say, and just gonna wrap this around and tuck it out of sight. And that's how we add our little tassel. And then I can just finish gluing what I think will be my last section of rope, and then we can move on to the handles. So this one I'm going to be careful with, not to burn my fingers. This last row. But I really, really like it so far. It's so cute. Just gonna make sure that's on there really good. Need a little bit more glue. There we go. Be careful of your fingers, guys. Just gonna hold that there for a minute and let it set. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I might have to make some more of these, and it just gave me ideas for something else that I've got in the works. I'm gonna have to go get some more rope though, because this took up quite a bit. And this is that rope from Walmart, the big roll. It was cheaper to buy the whole roll than to buy the Dollar Tree ones, because it would have taken so many of them to do this. There we go. We got our last little bit right here. And we will be finished. I'm going to cut this on an angle a little bit. Try to hide the starting and ending points that way. Here's where I don't want to burn my fingers. I'm just going to hold that there for a minute. Make sure that's on there really good. And there we go, guys. How cute, out of a little plastic bucket. I really like the loop yarn. Okay, so now we're gonna make ourselves some handles. And I probably should have added that beforehand, but we're gonna see what we can do. So let me see if this fits in here first before. Oh, yep. So I'm gonna make little handles out of, drop that in there for now. Whoops. Out of this wire that I got from Dollar Tree. Just make sure they're both the same size. Because the floral wire, I don't feel like it's thick enough to make a handle with. So there we go. Just twist them around. And I'm just going to keep some beads on here. I love these wood beads. And they do have them at the dollar store, but there's only a few in a pack. So it's a better bang for your buck to order these off of Amazon. And they do have different size beads. But I believe this one had 200 in it. So I went with this one. Maybe one more bead. And you can make your handles as big as you want them to be. So what I want to do is see if I can get this. Hold on. First of all, I want to close this so that it can't come off of here. There we go. I'll fix that after. Let me get this one done so they can't come off. Just trying to twist this end with my wire cutter. If I had little needle nose ones, that would be better, but I don't know where those are right at the moment. So I'm just going to use this to close this loop. There we go. And then close this one. And now we have one handle. And I'm going to make the other handle. You see how this one came out. And I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I had to figure out a way to attach them. And I probably should have glued them before the last row, but I did not. So let me make sure this is the middle. So what I did was take a little jute string, tied a knot, and ran it through each end. And I'm going to glue that right on the rope. And it blends nice, so you can't really tell the difference. And I think this will work. There we go. Make sure that's down there real good. And then this little edge right here. Just tap that down. Like I said, I've never made one of these before. And now I know when I do it again to make sure that I add them before that last one. Stick a little more glue right in here and press that one down. That worked out pretty good for the last minute save. I just gotta hold that there, guys, for a minute. Make sure it sets. And glue down this last little piece on the other handle. Using that little extra piece of wire so I don't burn my fingers for the 99th time today. There. Now we've got our little handle. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And to show you what I did, hold on, let me make sure that I can get both pieces through there. Don't mind the glue all over my fingertips. So I fed that through there. I made a knot. And then we will cut and thread this one through this one. As soon as you cut it, it wants to unwind. And do the same thing. Make a knot. Here we go. And trim that a little bit. We don't need all of that. Just a little. And then we'll put this right across. I gauge that. That looks about right. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll glue it right to that rim. It's not like we're going to be carrying laundry with this thing. I think you could use it for whatever you want. You could stick a plant in it, or some decorative knickknacks. Sit it by itself as a statement piece. But like I said, I like the idea of it going in the bathroom with some hand towels in it, rolled up. I think that's cute. But you could do anything you want with it. I'm just going to hold that there in place for a minute. Here we go. And we'll do the same thing for this one. And then that is it, my friends. It's a piece of wire I was using. Save my fingers. Just let that set for a minute. There we go. And this other little piece, and we are done, guys. And I put a little extra glue right here. Let that dry. on. You just gotta hold that and let it sit. So, that was a learning experience. But I think I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna have to get more yarn. But you could even do it all rope, colored yarn. So many ways you could do this. And we are finished. And there's our bucket, guys. What do you think? I really think it came out cute with our little bling. So, can't even talk. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for tuning in for today's craft. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Everybody stay safe. And please like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Hope you liked it. See you next time.